This video is sponsored by KentFaith, first choice for photo and video products. Good morning. I might sound a little bit out of breath. You see, when I arrived here, there was an amazing unexpected sunrise happening off in the background, so I had to rush around and get a couple of shots. However, as mentioned, this video is sponsored. KentFaith about a month ago sent me this travel tripod to try out. You might have spied it in a few recent videos. I thought it was time though to give a bit of honest feedback. Are you ready for it? Before I go any further, KentFaith marketing team, I've got to bring up the names you use for these tripods. This one here, it's the A254C4. It's a little sticker here on the leg telling me just that, but come on, that's not very memorable now, is it? Why, I could be enjoying these lovely lakeside views this morning, have another photographer out for a morning stroll, see me standing here with this magnificent tripod and come over to me and say, "Why, my good sir, that is an amazing tripod. What is it that you're using so I can go buy one myself?" "Why, my good sir, this is the A254C4. If you've got a pen, you're going to need it." Instead, Mr. or Mrs. KentFaith marketing person, think of a better name to call your tripods. Something unique, something that stands out, something memorable, something badass. Cobra, Cosmo.
What about Keith?
What? Keith?
Just thought Keith would be a good name for a tripod.
Why not? KentFaith, consider calling your next tripod the Keith. Let's be honest though, the name doesn't matter. At least it doesn't matter to me. It must be the least important factor whenever I go out and purchase something. What does matter is how sturdy it is, how much weight you can put on it, and what it's made out of. Whether that's plastic, aluminium, or in this case, carbon fibre.
Wait, it's carbon fibre?
Yes.
Seriously, it's carbon fibre?
Yes, what is so special about carbon fibre? You see, carbon fibre is the ideal material for tripods. Take my Bond Photo aluminium tripod, for example, comes in at £3.2. Carbon fibre tripod, kindly donated by KentFaith, ideal for travelling, ideal for car camping because of the compact size. Comes in at £3. We're talking weight, we're not talking cost here. In terms of both tripods, they both take 15 kilograms of weight in terms of the camera, in terms of the lens, which is ideal for the average photographer. However, if you're doing a lot of hiking, a lot of traveling, a lot of walking, it's carbon fibre that you want because cameras, lenses, all in a bag, all your gear in a bag, that's not light, that is heavy. So you want something nice and lightweight in terms of a tripod. So in that regard, I can only recommend carbon fibre. Stay away from plastic tripods. They break within 5 minutes, trust me. Tripods also come in different heights, as demonstrated now by my idiotic twin. So be sure to get the one that suits your needs. Now I'm 193 centimetres tall, which means that if I get a tripod which is only 135 centimetres, well, that's going to be pretty useless for my needs. This one, however, when fully extended like it is now, is 175 centimetres tall. Pretty ideal, really. However, when the centre column is fully extended like this, you get a little bit less stabilisation, especially on windy days. Nice and calm at the moment though. My one bugbear with this tripod though is the centre column. I want to get down nice and low, like what I'm doing now, but find I want to get low even further. I can extend out these legs without trying to fall over. However, as you can see already, the centre column is too low to the ground, stopping me from doing that. So instead, what I have to do is I have to change the centre column round and have the camera upside down. It's a way around it, but it's not ideal. My old camera, on the other hand, came with this little centre column attachment accessory. It meant that I could switch over the centre column, put this one into the tripod and go much lower to the ground without having the camera upside down and without worrying that the camera might come loose and then just crash to the floor. Fortunately, I don't think KentFaith do anything like this. If they did, it'd be really handy, even if it's an extra that you had to pay for. However, before I forget, one great aspect about the centre column is the little hook that you get. It comes with most tripods, to be fair. Say, where I'm standing now, it's rather muddy, which in fact it is, and I don't want to put my camera bag on the floor. And take the camera bag off, just hook it nicely to the centre column. Again, on windy days, if we want absolute stillness with the tripod, the camera bag can act as an extra little bit of ballast. The biggest positive for this tripod, apart from being carbon fibre though, are the legs. If ever you invest in a tripod, try and get one with twist lock legs. So much easier to extend and collapse a tripod with twist locks rather than flip locks, which is what my old tripod had. They can be finicky, you can get your fingers trapped in them. I've lost skin when trying to collapse them in the past, and they don't get on great with seawater. The only downside, the only annoyance with these is the material here on the twist lock itself. If it's a bit tight, or if you're tightening the lock or untightening it, can feel a little bit of a burn over time when you're using it. Equally, carbon fibre tripods, they don't rust. Something I didn't realise until I researched for this video. A bit like me there. This stone's probably got more emotion in it than I do. So I've teleported back home, as you can see, because I want to talk about maintenance with these tripods. And one aspect that I love with the twist lock legs is it is so easy to take them apart. You can give them a clean, get rid of any dirt, get rid of any seawater. It really is a simple case of putting them back together again afterwards. And these rubber feet, like with any tripod, you can take them off. You can put a steel spike on them instead, meaning that in wintry conditions, when it's a bit icy on the ground, when it's a bit frosty, you can get the tripod into the ground a little bit easier, get that extra little bit of stability. However, with the Bonfoto tripod, of course, the rubber feet, you can do the same, but with the flip lock legs, you can expand the tripod, but that's it. You can't take them apart, meaning it was just a little bit harder to clean them, keep them away from rust, keep them away from seawater. It's just something to think about when you are choosing your tripods. Next, I want to talk about accessories, and when buying a KentFaith tripod, you get this lovely carry case to keep it in. Perfect for when I'm hiking, I think, especially when I go to the peaks or when I'm exploring the North Downs Way in the future. You also get this lovely Allen key, which is perfect again for tightening the legs when they start to get a little bit loose. Of course, if you lose this, then I imagine any Allen key will do the job that's required. And then, of course, as you can see, it's already on the camera, but you get your Swiss Arca plate. And this Arca plate comes, like most do, with a nice little hook, so you can screw it in to the camera. Now, one piece of advice: whenever you're working with these little hook thingies, so technical there, aren't I? Thing is, always make sure you carry around a coin, because so many times I've found that this little hook has fallen off, meaning it's all but impossible to unscrew the plate or screw it back on as when you need to. It just helps tighten a little bit better onto the camera in question. Only downside is the size of this plate with the screen that flips out. It does make it a little bit less seamless when taking that in and out, but it's a minor inconvenience really. And then of course finally we've got the ball head. Same ball head that you'd get with any or most tripods really. Got the section where the Swiss Arca plate goes into, you get to screw that into place like so. That's if there's a camera there. First handle, of course that allows you to unscrew and you can adjust it in any angle you want possible. So of course if you want a landscape shot, have it nicely up there, or if you're not using a normal Swiss Arca plate, you don't have an L-mount bracket, you can go down into a portrait orientation on a tripod. These tighten up really nicely. They're a nice size as well to be able to tighten, I should add. And then finally, the last one is the panorama. So you can just move it around on a horizontal basis if you should so wish. This one's much bigger than my old one, which I used from Small Rig. Much prefer it. A little bit heavier, but it feels that little bit more secure, I must admit. But that's enough from me. Let's get back out onto location. I suppose now is as good a time as any to thank the sponsor of today's video, KentFaith. KentFaith are first choice for photo and video products. And as you know, I'm an amateur photographer myself. Photography is an expensive hobby. I don't have thousands of pounds to splash out on extra cameras, extra lenses, or camera accessories. And that's where KentFaith come in handy, especially with the latter, because they offer camera accessories at a reasonable low cost price. Don't take my word for it though, but a link down to the website in the description so you can go check out their catalogue of products. And of course, if you decide to make a purchase, don't forget to use the offer code NEIL and you'll get 10% off that first purchase. I think that is me done though. Going to head off home. Before I do so, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Are you carbon fibre tripod user? Do you prefer aluminium? Let me know why. I'm sure there's something that I've probably forgotten. I always make sure that I reply to each and every comment. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Really does help me out with the machine that is the YouTube algorithm, but it's absolutely fine if you would rather not. But for now, thank you ever so much for watching. You take care of yourselves and I'll see you on the next one. It's bye from me. I've got my tripod.